A lot of us have had these experiences at the beginning of your journey or in the middle of your journey or somewhere along the line. Something happens and you get a little space between the thoughts in your mind and this moment. Something opens up and gets very quiet and very peaceful, very expansive feeling. It's very blissful and sweet. And we get these little glimpses. And you can get that glimpse and you point to it and you go, that's it. There it is. And then when the glimpse closes back over and the thought stream is really aggressive again and you're captivated in this sort of what is sometimes called a contracted, kind of really tight, dense place, we feel like we lost it. But when you go further enough down the rabbit hole, you notice that both the glimpse, the space between thoughts and this moment, and the thoughts and the contraction is all it. The glimpse is not it. That space between the thoughts is not it. The whole thing is it. And it's really easy in that grippy contraction, aggressive thought stream to think you've done something wrong or try to get back to that spaciousness between the thoughts. And however you got there, whether it was through, so many beautiful practices of Vipassana or something in the Buddhist technique or something in Advaita or something in a Sufi tradition or listening to a teacher, listening to a talk, watching a video. There's a million amazing practices out there that help you to get this little space between the thoughts, which is a beautiful liberation. And we will start to externally or through a lot of intensive kind of process, try to get back to that place where there's space between the thoughts. Easily mistaken, making a mistake that the really aggressive thought stream and all of that kind of convoluted and contraction is also it. Because there's nowhere that it isn't it. That's the thing about oneness. But what we want, what's actually being looked for, is a place where there's less pain, where there's more freedom. And we think that we can permanently live in the space between the thoughts, and that the experience of enlightenment must be the space between the thoughts permanently being there. And I even know that some teachers will use that kind of analogy as a pointer, but it's not really like that. But there is a place way down deep in the rabbit hole, way deep into enlightenment, years and years into enlightenment, where there is the experience where it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Thoughts and contractions or expansion. It's all peaceful. But wherever you are in your journey, the experience of that beautiful glimpse, which you have had many times in your life, even before that sort of spiritual experience, just looking at a sunset or falling in love or making love. There's a million odd times in our lives, and children have many experiences of this, and the innocence of childhood and the beauty of childhood. Lots and lots of times children just fall into that still place. So just know many times in your life you have lived in the space of no thoughts. And what we're actually, a clear definition of what you're looking for is more space without pain. Not necessarily looking for a space without thoughts, but a space without pain. And in order to do that, there's only one thing to do. You need to very tenderly go inside and very gently unwind all of the pain and convolution and contortion in your body. The idea that you will wake up and permanently live in that glimpse and never have to do any healing is just a complete myth. And the good news about that is that in this moment, it's within your power to live with more freedom and to live with more peace. And it's inside of your own heart, inside of your own being. So in those times when you feel that deep contraction, instead of going outside with more vigilance and more rigor to do more concentration and more spaces and look for those glimpses again, come back to where the pain is, and very tenderly and very gently take care of what's needed there.